Hey guys, it's Kathryn here. I wanted to share with you a document that's actually a work in progress. It's part of a journal that I'm creating for your one command practice. And when we talk about the one command practice, it's how are you incorporating it into your life? The way I personally use the one command is when I think about my week or my month, I think about that bigger goal, I have a vision sheet, but I will write down what is my intention. What is it I desire? And for me, I tend to work a month at a time and then kind of check in weekly and then daily on where I am with my goals. So the idea behind this worksheet is for you to get clarity on what you want, why you want it, right, and what the obstacle is. And so I just want to kind of walk through this. And like I said, this is a work in progress, and you may make your own improvements to this. This is not set in stone. This is not some type of, anything in the TOC canon that things must be so. This is to help you with your thinking and what it is that you want to create. And sometimes we don't realize we're circulating and keeping track and seeing like, hey, I've been working on this one issue for a while. There's something below my awareness that I'm not able to see. It's in my blind spot, and you may need to get some help at that point. So let me just kind of walk you through this real quickly, and I'll be referring to these. I've got a link in the description that goes to my Google Drive where you can download this PDF, and I'd love to get your feedback and any suggestions for this. Okay, so this is the daily practice, but you could also use this for the month. Okay. But I'm thinking about what is the outcome you desire. The very first line here is what is the outcome you desire? So, this is so important to focus on what it is you actually want rather on why you can't have it or trying to solve the problem first. Very often, if we start trying to solve problems first, we've directed our mind to look for problems rather than solutions and opportunities. And so, we really want to tune you in and align you to your desire. Okay. And then you think about, well, why do you want this? So very often people get hung up on everything they think they have to have before they can be happy. So, for example, someone may think that they have to have $10 million in the bank account before they can change their lifestyle, when in truth, they can change their lifestyle for a lot less, and other solutions may arrive that's equal in value to $10 million, right? So if you get hung up on that $10 million number, which of course the universe wants you to have it, it doesn't care, but we may be looking for the wrong thing. So focus in on why you want it. And the reason that's important too is so that you can tune in again to your desire and what you need. Asar always says it's your hopes, wishes, and desires that give you the clues of your greatness. And so tune in. It's like, well, why do you want this? Why do you want that house? Why do you want that particular car? And hey, just because you want to and it would make you feel good is a good enough reason. Okay. All right. So then we have to, before we do anything, you have to think about where you are now. Like if you've ever been to one of those big amusement parks or to the mall and you go, where is the thing I'm looking for? You go to the big map, and the first thing you look for is where you are here. You have to start with where you are now in order to get to where you want to be. So let's say that you want to raise your income from 3,000 a month to 33,000 a month. So you'd say, well, where I am right now is my income's 3,300 a month. It's my wages are shrinking, right? Uh, it's not getting in me as much as it used to, or I'm putting in a lot of effort and not seeing more benefits, right? So you got to think about in those terms. Describe where you are. Okay. And this isn't an aspirational thing. Really speak plainly to yourself as you would to your dearest friend, because that's who your subconscious mind is. And when you're speaking plainly and truthfully about where you are now, you're going to start getting in touch with those feelings and the reality of your situation. That when you can tell the truth to yourself, you're going to start having more self-trust and confidence. Okay. So where are you now? And you could say, I'm waking up every day thinking about my bills. I'm starting to dread going to work. There's not enough money to cover expenses, let alone other things that I really need or want. Okay. And then jump over that to where do you want to be? So, and the way to think about that is, if, like if you go, well, I'm at 3,000, 3,300 a month. I'm seeing people in my same industry make this at X amount of money. I see that. I feel a little jealous. I want that. So where I want to be is to have the ability to generate whatever amount of money that I want. Okay. I want to be that kind of person. When you say I want the 33,000, that's a goal. Goals are important because they do point you in the direction. And so that directs your subconscious mind and lets you know, hey, this is what we're headed to. Right. And then, well, once you have the 33,000 a month, what will you be able to have, be, or do? So really kind of spend a minute on, hey, where I want to be is waking up in the morning, being excited about my day. I want to be in more interesting surrounding. I want to have more opportunities. I want to have more inter- interesting conversations, whatever that is. Okay. So really build this up. Then you're going to go back to where you are now. Okay. You're going to go back to where you are now. And then think about where you are now versus where you want to be. And what is stopping you or what's limiting you? And it could be technology, there could be lack of know how, there could be lack of resources or relationships. We don't know yet, but you have a belief or an idea about what's stopping you. Okay. It may or may not be true or real, but you've got to be able to listen to yourself on what you're telling yourself about why you believe you can't have it. Okay. So the two ways that we use the one command, number one, let's say you want to go from that 3,300 to 33,000. Okay. You just want to add a zero to your income. That's cool, right? So your first command would be, I don't know how I'm easily creating $33,000 a month income or more. I only know I am now and I am fulfilled. And see, we even got da da. Look at this. I don't know how and then you put in the middle what it is that you want. I only know it so now and I am fulfilled. But then you can also use the one command when you go, I need, I don't know how to, do the technology. There's some technology and understanding about that I need that I don't have, and I don't think I can afford to get it, right? Or I don't even know where to begin. So if you have a belief or a feeling that you need technology, access to it, better understanding, better know how to use it, that type of thing, your command would be, well, I don't know how. I know exactly what technology I need and how to use it. Or I don't know how I have uh, the right partnership or the right vendor or the right help to get me the technology I need. I only know I do now and I am fulfilled. Okay. It could be when I think about it, when I work harder and I start trying to go towards a new goal, every time I try, something comes up. And believe it or not, that's actually a clue that you're on the right track. Don't get upset about it. Okay. So what could you say instead? And what is the opposite? Instead of every time I go after my goal, something limits me, which is a belief, which is turned into a program, which is turned into something you're projecting into the future. You go, well, I don't know how I'm able to easily go after my goals and dreams. I don't know how I have all the help and support I need. I only know I'm able, I'm ready and able to achieve my goal now, and I am fulfilled. And do you hear me kind of talking it out a little bit? That's what you need to do. And when it's the right statement, it'll feel right and you'll just stop. Okay. And that's why it's important to tune in to where you are now and tell them the truth and really get into the feeling of it. And then when you're thinking about where you want to be, tell the truth about what you actually want and get into the feeling of that, build that up. And the thing that you are to start focusing after making your command is holding the image of where you want to be, talking to yourself as if it's like it's already happened, it's inevitable. You know, I don't even tell you the times, but you see it. And what I tell people to do, and it's been helpful for me, is to first say it out loud. Like, I want to make $33,000 a month income. That's what I want. So say it simply and plainly first what you want. Okay. Yeah, you're doing it right now. Then you go, well, what's the next thing your mind does? Well, I don't know how to do that. I read all these articles and I start to do it and it doesn't make sense. I don't know how. I figure out exactly how to make $33,000 a month. I only know I have $33,000 a month income now and I am fulfilled. Do you hear how that goes? Have that conversation, but keep focusing and redirecting your mind, your conversation, your thoughts to what you want. Okay. So this is kind of the starting. Now, this is holding the vision. And ideally, what you're doing every day is you're spending time focusing on your goal. Sometimes you're only visualizing, maybe you're only writing, maybe you're doing research, but you are spending committed, focused time on pursuing your goal. And honestly, if it were no more than 15 minutes a day, you're going to be way ahead of the people who keep trying to make everything happen before they take action. You're going to you're like where they get all their ducks in a row and everything's perfect and they have all the evidence. You and these small committed steps, you're going to be more likely to get to your goal not only faster, but as doing these steps, when the motivation wanes, when you get just when things in life happens, because life will keep happening, you've made it a habit to focus on what you truly want. And then eventually, this research, these conversations, this learning starts turning into a decision. You make a decision. And then from that decision, you start taking action. Okay. So in the morning, you're thinking about, well, what do think about your day? And you're going to be kind of like do a mental rehearsal of your day. So this is your day. What do you want to accomplish? What do you want to happen today? Like I will command for lucky accidents, or I had to stop saying accidents, but kind of serendipity, right, to start happening, or wonderful conversations, or meeting the right people. I've commanded for unexpected money. One day I said, I keep getting this message that we create from our state of being. And so I want to test that. I want to test actually just manifesting purely from my state of being. And so my test was $1,000. So what I wanted to see manifested or accomplish is I wanted to manifest $1,000 strictly from my state of being. And then my beautiful busy brain kicked in and gave me all these great ideas and things I'd done before to make money. And I went, no, no, no. My assignment, my intention is to create purely from the state of being, and I chose the state of being of appreciation. And I will tell you that it wasn't even an hour that I got a phone call from an old friend who gave me $1,000. And when I asked why, I said, "Why do you want to give me $1,000?" And it's a funny conversation. I won't go into all of it, but he said, "You know, I was just thinking about you and how much I appreciate you." So I would say mission accomplished, right? So what state of being do you want to create from? Right? What do you want to accomplish today? It's like, hey, I want to accomplish, you know, being in a positive mind frame. Well, when you do that, just like if you've ever prayed for patience or any of that, then what happens is situations that will um, test your patience and help you develop patience. Okay. So you could say, you know, I want to experience myself as a patient person. I want to experience myself as someone that things come to me easily. You might have a project, like I've got Commanding Wealth coming up, and it's going to be opening very soon. And so I am working diligently on this program, and I'm holding the vision for the X number of people that I want signed up into this class. So when I'm waking up, I'm going, well, I don't know how my program is sold and filled up with amazing people. I only know it so now, and I am fulfilled was my command. And so today, what do I need to do to move myself to that? Right. So today, it might be write emails or make phone calls. It may be you don't know, you just know that whatever you do is aligning to it. But think about, what do you want to accomplish? Another way to do that is to think about, hey, if it's the end of the day, what do you want to be proud of? Yeah, that's a good one. So then you'll write down what your main statement is, and you can make commands on each of the other steps too. Like, you know, along the way, you can make as many commands as you need. You can make a command about your state of being. You can make a command about your relationships. You know, like, well, I don't know how I have a new, empowering, supportive conversation with my husband. I don't know how to have a new conversation with my husband that brings us closer together. I only know that a new conversation's happening. I don't know how. I think I changed my thinking about money so that it feels easy to generate 33,000, whatever that is. Okay? So then you'll write your statements, and I do have an extra page for extra commands. Okay? All right. Then at the end of the day, we want to go through, it's like, hey, what's 3 things or more that happened today that benefited you or made you feel good? And you might go, well, nothing particular happened. You know, it was just kind of quiet. I had a quiet lunch. It was this or that. Well, what are you grateful for? So you really want to be in gratitude or appreciation. And if there's anything that you want your subconscious mind to work on while you're sleeping, this is where you would put it to work. So let's say that this week you're working on generating income, and you did some stuff today, but you don't quite feel like you made the progress, and maybe there's a challenge that's come up. Yeah, you're grateful for today, but just kind of feels like there's something more that needs to be done or a problem to be solved. So go ahead and you're going to put your subconscious mind on the job. So I don't know how. And then whatever it is that you want is solved or resolved by the time I wake up. I only know it is now, and I am fulfilled. So we have some extra commands for you. And then after making your commands, I like to put my hand and attention on each area and just ask myself, like, what truly matters here? So when I think about making our example of $33,000 a month, like, I'm going to put my hand on my heart and go, well, what is it about making $33,000 a month that truly matters? And right off the top of my head, here, my hands on my heart, it's like I'm only doing work that I truly care about with people I truly care about. That's just what rose up. Then I put my hand on my third eye, which is right between my eyebrow, and I go, well, what do I see as possible? Did you know that your vision is limited to your belief about yourself? It's yeah, so you have to have a new belief about yourself and your capabilities. So, what do I see as possible? And you might actually go, well, yeah, I'd love to have 50 people in my class, but really I can only see maybe 5 or 6 or maybe 10. Okay, so I only believe only 10 are possible. That's what my vision is telling me. Did you know you can do a command? It's like, I don't know how I expand my vision or shift my vision to where I can see those 50 people in my class. I only know I do now. And then turn in with your tummy, which is, that gut instinct. It's like, well, what am I to do now or next? And when you're putting your hand on your tummy and you're really becoming present to yourself, you'll feel yourself settle down. Your mind, which is so active and busy, wants to help you and it starts turning away. But when you tune into your belly, that's that gut instinct. That's going to go, here's what we need to do. And then you start co-creating with a very powerful part of yourself. Okay. This is the part that drives our action. It's attached to our third chakra, our willpower. But we have to get all of these parts, our heads, our heart, and our belly, all into alignment and start to ask ourselves questions so that we can start having a new dialogue with ourselves and our intuition. Okay. So that's the sheets. We're going to be talking about this some more. I hope that this was useful to you. If you have any question, post post them in the comment section, but hit hashtag replay so that I know uh, I'll be watching out for those comments. All right, my love. Until next time, this is Kathryn Perry, the Big Vision Coach, and I witness your mastery. Okay, bye bye.